great being at a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome. It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. How about a pizza? None better anywhere.
sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
New Cutlass now.
Sure handles easy.
Drive happy, Cutlass can make you a little drive happy.
I forgot to get the newspaper.
Glad we ordered these swivel bucket seats.
Yeah, in case I get to drive someday.
The Cutlass S, Oldsmobile's sporty fastback at a price that's less than you might think to help make you really drive happy.
Drive happy.
Can I drive now?
Take a good look at Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile dealership, and then take a drive in a new Oldsmobile, Cadillac, or one of the fine used cars, serviced by Clyde's 21 factory-trained personnel and expert craftsmen. Cadillac and Oldsmobile means the very best in automobiles, and Clyde Garfield is the best in dealership and service. Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile, New England Automobile Village, Route 3, New Hampshire.
You're invited to stop in at Nashua's own McDonald's on Route 101A. You'll find McDonald's high-quality, fast service, and reasonable prices. Also, visit McDonald's at the Drum Hill shopping area in Chelmsford. Treat yourself and the family at McDonald's soon.
Saturday Supercade.
Hello, and welcome back to Saturday Supercade. More fun with the Addams Family Mansion Mayhem. How the hell is everybody? Yeah, aren't we all? Pheonix is here.
Hello.
May or may not have more people show up. Who knows? It's a random chance that anyone from the usual gang of idiots will show up for our nonsense. Yeah. But we'll go on and do our thing. Last time we got through the graveyard of the Addams Mansion. This time we're going into, I guess, the music room. So there we go, yep. And I accidentally, when I was trying to figure out where the hell we were, I accidentally went through the cutscene before this, but oh well. Before we went live, so let's just get on with it.
He had to get his pun right. It's a good pun choice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that thing with the triangle back there. Over there. That's cool. That's cute. What we got? The baller bomb. Handcrafted bombs to go around and blow things up. If we're going to make it out here, we're going to need to blow some things up, okay?
Okay, that's fun. We're fighting musical notes. Somehow I feel Sean will be upset by this.
Probably. Those were symbols.
They were symbols. Okay, it's cute.
You're getting way too much amusement out of this.
The silly little noises amuse me, okay? I easily amuse. Hey, Rudy's here.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, sorry, am I late? Am I late? You're not that late. We've really just started, and you're the only one here so far. Well,
the only one who's talking, anyway.
Well, we're up to 5, but now we're currently on 2, so who knows? Who knows? It's YouTube. That's ponies. My thing must be full again. I might actually finally have an Adam tomorrow.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, he's been really busy. Like, crazy week. Supposed to come in last week, and that was on him. He got his dates muddled up. So, yeah, I haven't seen him since before Christmas. Whee! So if you were here last week, either on the live or the replay, you might have heard Erin saying, maybe we'll do something different next week, depending on money.
Money did not
Obviously,
depend.
money did not... Well, money didn't happen. It was there was a game in mind, but it was a little pricey. And the main reason he wanted to get the game is, one, because it's part of a franchise that he enjoys, but two, because he thought I was missing out on the fun of playing the game with him. Because I did get this thinking that we should be able to play this together. And I'm just like, that is the sweetest thing. It's like, but you're not joining me. I said, I am joining you, just not with the playing. Do not put yourself into debt for me. But I did appreciate the gesture. I thought it was genuinely very sweet. So yes, hopefully at some point that game, the considered game,
nope. Okay.
Thing.
Makes it
I mean,
seem
it
like
looks like it's trying to suck you in.
Mm-hmm.
So the considered game might come up at some point in the future, in which case, cool. But at the moment, we're not worrying about it.
Okay.
Hmm? I enjoyed the background of this one. Floaty spacey.
Oh. Okay.
Explosive. Huh. Oh, I love these types of puzzles. Well, that was delightfully silly.
Mm-hmm. So I saw Lisa Frankenstein yesterday. Speaking of things that are delightfully silly.
Yay!
If you don't know what it is a horror comedy starring Katherine Newton and Cole Sprouse, set in 1989.
Nice.
Katherine Newton plays a girl named Lisa Swallows, who basically her life kind of gone down the toilet, sort of, because apparently her mother was killed by an axe murderer. Her dad remarried a total bitch, like 6 months after her mom died.
Oof.
And just basically, it's just all a bunch of, just a lot of shit. And everybody kind of treats her like dirt, and it's just not fun. Anyway, one of her favorite places to hang out is this old abandoned cemetery. It's not maintained, it's just out in the woods somewhere. It's just kind of been abandoned over time, which is from, like, the 1800s. We don't know where specifically this movie takes place. But it's at least easterly, given the age of the cemetery. Now, Cole Sprouse plays a character that is just known as the Creature. We only get his backstory through the opening credits, which is a delightful animated opening credit sequence. He was apparently a musician. He was a pianist. Apparently, the love of his life left him for another man, and he died shortly thereafter. And basically, on the night that things really kind of fucking go wrong for Lisa, there's this weird electrical storm which strikes the grave that she hangs out at, which is, of course, the one that the Creature's grave. And this lightning brings him back to life. And he's apparently heard her say that she wanted to be with him, so that's an initial misunderstanding. So he shows up, and I should point out, Cole Sprouse does not have a single line in this entire movie until literally the last scene. It's all physical, and he's really good at it. Nah, damn it, I can't get those two. Alright, anyway. So basically, as time goes on, she's got herself a friend finally, and shenanigans ensue, as shenanigans often do.
Yep.
Basically because he's been in the ground, he's kind of like a zombie when he first starts out. But she discovers that, you know, he wants her help in replacing some of his missing body parts. And the first thing they do is basically because, as I said, her stepmother is a bitch. She's a nurse in a mental hospital and basically means she psychoanalyzes everyone as a method to hide her own fucking faults. And she doesn't like Lisa and basically just threatens to send her off to the mental hospital. And the creature brains her over the head and kills her. Fortunately for Lisa, she's got a little bit of time to worry about that to think this through, to come up with some sort of explanation, because she was supposed to go to a conference in Milwaukee. And they end up, what happens is the creature winds up cutting off, he needs an ear, so he cuts off the stepmom's ear. They put it on, it doesn't work. Lisa works at the local dry cleaners / tailors, so she can sew. And this is where the title really comes into play, because she sews the ear on, but it still doesn't work. And then they get the idea, oh, wait, they need electricity to do it. Well, it just so happens that Lisa's stepsister has a malfunctioning tanning bed in the garage that tends to electrocute people. So...
Mr. E's here is asking how you are.
I'm fine. So anyway, every time basically throughout it, it's them doing stuff, shenanigans happening, them killing somebody, taking a body part, sewing it onto the creature and throwing him in the tanning bed to make it work properly. And that's all I can really say about it without spoiling anything, because you do not want to be spoiled for this. You really don't. You know, without spoiling anything more than I already have. But I cannot go any further than that. I simply cannot. Let me just say, you will laugh, you will be entertained, you will think some of these are some of the best needle drops in any movie you've seen in quite a while. So yes, go see Lisa Frankenstein. As I've said before, as I said this when Renfield came out, and this just seems to prove my point, if Universal really wants a cinematic universe based on the classic Universal monsters, this is your hook. This is your hook to do something different. Do it as a series of over-the-top horror comedies, because honestly, even though this particular one is a period piece set in '89, the way it ends pretty much could set things up pretty well for Renfield meets Lisa Frankenstein or something like that, you know.
I still haven't seen Renfield yet, but yeah. Sounds good. When we're talking about Lisa Frankenstein, the new film that's recently out. So is this like Zelda Williams' first direction, or has she done like other bits and pieces?
I have no idea what she did before this, but I know this is her first directorial feature film.
Cool. I take it she did a good job then.
Yep. It's like... Oh, hello, sir. It's a very angry drum.
You blowing up all his little friends. Looks like he's confined to that space though, so... Bomb throwing is always awkward. There you go. Do we bounce on his belly?
Oh, I see. We've got to bring him over here. Okay. There we go. No, Mr. E, I haven't seen Leo. I don't even know what that is. And I'm not a fan of Adam Sandler, so...
So yeah, going by, thing, she's got like 37 acting credits, and director credits, 11, but a lot of them look like shorts. Or like an episode here or there or something.
Okay.
So yeah, prior to this, the longest thing she's done that has a time index is something called Kappa Kappa Die, which is 45 minutes.
Hmm.
And then it's this.
Okay.
There's something called Dark Web, which doesn't have a time index on it. So that could be it says 8 episodes, I don't know if she directed them all or like an episode. So yeah, she's done some directing, done some acting, production stuff. So yeah.
Hit the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Rudy, nice movie, but I am into more about movies about comic books like Suicide Squad. That's fine.
Here we go. No, Miss E, I haven't seen Leo either. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, okay. Great. Alright. I've got limited control over the direction of the bomb. Alright, I see.
Which is fair. Little skill, little chance. Well, since we're talking about comic book movies, I did finally watch the Marvel yesterday, and that was fun. I try to avoid most of the criticism, mostly because I try to avoid spoilers as well. And I don't know what. But if the idea of 3 female leads is putting you off, then you need to have a look at yourself. Was it a perfect film? Probably not. Did I have fun? Hell yeah. Even caught some feels from and that could just be me being a soppy bitch. You know, I cry when things are good. I cry when things are bad. I cry when things are sad. I'm like, everyone's happy, yay! Mama wins again. So yeah, I found it a lot of fun. And
it was alright.
It was. There is a certain scene with a certain song that means you will never hear that song the same way ever again. And I'm here for it. If you've seen it, you know, and if you haven't, then go watch it and find out. Also, funny thing about that is I saw a t-shirt that was related to that scene, and I didn't know the context, so I was just like, alright, that's just a kind of weird, funny t-shirt. And then I saw that scene, heard the line over the tannoy, I was like, oh, that's actually quite funny then. But yeah, I won't say too much, because that scene made me laugh so much, and I'm not... It's something you should watch for yourself. Sounds like me, Ms. Pheonix, from Mr. E. What? Just like very emotionally on the surface. Rudy, I've seen it and it was okay. Again, you know, your opinion's your own. It's more the fact that because, 3 female leads and people have got a hate boner for Brie Larson, most things I've seen are not critically negative. Like Rudy, Aaron, have your own opinions about whether or not you liked it or how much you enjoyed it for your own reasons, but you're generally not hating on it for the sake of hating on it. Which
no.
Is, you know.
I'm really just kind of tired of Marvel, honestly.
Yeah, and you said your Cosmic Marvel isn't your thing as well, which is, you know, fair enough. But I'm just saying, my personal experience, I had a lot of fun watching it. It was a good time for me.
I think I went the wrong way.
Maybe it'll loop back on itself.
No, it's not that I think when I say I went the wrong way, I mean the right way, but I think I missed all some of the side stuff.
Oh.
Because this is a lot longer than it really should have been if this was just a side.
Yeah. I did like the mid-roll scene as well. I was like, okay, we're doing this then, fair enough. And they brought an actor in. I was like, all right, fair enough. So
there it is. Okay.
I'm both interested and cautious to see where that one's going.
Which one?
The mid-roll scene.
I don't remember.
Oh.
It's out on Disney Plus. Anybody who wanted to see it has seen it by now. Go.
With Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, right. I don't care about that in the slightest.
No, I'm kind of middling on it
because I've never cared about that franchise in the slightest.
It started off okay, and then it kind of lost its way, and I don't know...
I don't mean the movies, I just mean the franchise as a whole. Yeah. Any version of the franchise I have not cared about, like, at all. And everybody says, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm like, I really don't care.
That is fair.
And especially when they're talking about that particular franchise showing up in the MCU, when the majority of them are like, no, you don't care about the other characters. You're just waiting for a specific character to show up.
Yeah, that is a valid point.
And a bunch of people wanted to argue with her, like, bro said all that out, that the X-Men are boring and all that. Tell me you only watch the movies and all that. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Stop making it your identity.
It's like, God, you know what? It's the truth, and they can talk about all they want. No casual viewer that only cares about the movies cares about any of those characters except for one in particular.
I mean, I was engaged with our lead female's storyline.
That's not. She's not part of that franchise.
No. Within that franchise. Our Southern Lass. Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's an
So
accordion.
I couldn't tell when they put. Yeah, couldn't tell the first one angle. I think you did that on hard mode.
Probably.
But you did it, so well done. In other news, Aaron has free cheese. Hi. Oh, there you go. Yes, Mr. E, yes. Mr. E knows what we're talking about, or who we're talking about. Nice.
Okay.
Sorry we're a bit quiet this week. I'm a little under the weather. I had a sneeze attack. And, so I'm trying not to... And Aaron's obviously concentrating.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got a topic they want to discuss, then feel free. We're up to 88 in the counting game. Which I got. So next week, dear listeners, I am doing overtime. I should be fine for being here on the stream. However, there's a small chance I may be late because I have to actually do work on Saturday, which I don't normally do, which is very rude if you ask me. But the money will be good. Tish got mad skills.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Oh!
I jumped. That's what I shouldn't have done.
Yeah. So rude though. Kitty.
Mm-hmm. Kitty.
Oh goody, one of these levels. Someone put a googly on that one, or is that just what clarinet like?
No, they put eyes on it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, then. Wow, would you look at all this? There's pages of sheet music here, but there's no name anywhere. Pugsley, my son, why don't you play us one of these pieces? The piano's just the accompaniment. It says here, arranged for piano and harpsiphone. What's a harpsiphone? That must be our next clue. Let's keep searching. Pugsley, you know, mastering an instrument takes time. Whether it be a musical instrument, an instrument of torture, whatever it is, they all take time to learn.
Mia Moore, why don't you play Pugsley one of your records from when you were a boy?
My old high school band? No, he doesn't want to hear Gomez and the Kooky Bunch. I really do want to hear Gomez and the Kooky Bunch.
So do I. Strange, ominous portal sighting coming from the record player. Shall we? Show of hands, who wants to hear Gomez and the Kooky Bunch?
More bombs.
Boom. The boom. A boom!
Special delivery, a bin. Were you expecting one?
You know, it's actually been quite a while since I've actually watched those films. Selena Gomez? No, I meant Rogue.
Nope. Huh.
Please.
Nope. Nope. Thought that was a way, but it clearly was not.
Oh, okay, Dalton says he might be available, but you'll need to invite him in.
Alright. Hang on.
Please hold, folks.
Can you invite him in? You should be able to.
Can I? From this account? I thought I could only do it from the other account. Cause I don't. Do I have mod powers in this one? I thought I only had it in the other server. Let's try. Oh, yeah. Apparently I can.
Apparently I am not.
I've sent an invite. We'll have to see.
Okay.
Oh, hey!
There
hey,
he
everyone,
is.
Welcome. Yay.
Hello?
He's not in the room yet.
Okay.
But yeah, he's in the server.
I've never watched the Addams
maybe
Family movies or TV shows. Well, there you go.
Yes.
The dad's name is Gomez, Mr. E.
Yes. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Dalton.
Everyone, this is Dalton. Dalton, everyone. At the moment, everyone is Mr. E and Rudy. Mr. E is one of our most regular guests, and Rudy pops in semi-regularly.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Cool. So you said you were painting. What are you working on?
Just gonna put a picture of it, like the general art thing, but it's a complicated piece that takes place in the desert, and I only just realized how hard it is to shade sand.
Oh, that one! Yeah, you showed us some of your sketches for that. That's cool. Yeah. Excelente. Did you? Oh, okay. I was gonna say which folder did you put it in? Because Aaron doesn't have a general art folder.
Oh yeah, the other one.
Because this is just because the one we use for this.
Oh, I see.
My personal server. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course that was. I saw it. It's interesting.
Oh, thank you.
And I do mean that in a good way. Aaron seems to have got in his mind that when I say interesting, I mean, oh, okay, then never mind. So tell the good people about yourself, if you want, as much as you want to, or nothing at all.
I am nowhere. I am no one. I do not exist. I am a figment of your imagination.
Excellent. Aaron, which one of us just went crazy?
You. It's always you. If you have to ask, the answer is you.
Great. Now I'm gonna get. This is what we do here. Oh wait. Is that what you meant, mystery? Rudy, I only pop in when he's playing a good game. Well, there you go. This must be a really good game. We found one. Woohoo! You've got the screen share, yeah, Dalton? You're actually watching it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright, cool. So I actually did name check you the other day because we got to mentioning Taylor Swift and all the
nonsense.
Nonsense.
Oh,
and I did say, and basically I was like, you know what? Our friend Dalton's picked a really interesting time to make conspiracy theory his specialty.
Oh god, yeah.
So aside from the aforementioned Taylor Swift, what is the dumbest conspiracy going around at the moment?
Oh god.
I know.
I haven't kept up with it actually lately, just because I've been focusing on running my dissertation stuff. But
yeah,
I still think the one that fascinates me the most, I guess, is that secret space program one.
Oh, great.
Oh god, yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay, great. I guess we're going this way then. Fantastic.
Huh, so you can only cross it with the bombs. Fun.
Pretty much.
That's... Honestly, that's an interesting mechanic. And yeah, the secret space program, for those of you unaware, is basically these people that think they've been abducted, taken to another planet, trained to be super secret space astronaut, soldier people, and then brought back to Earth and had all their memories wiped of their life another time. But sometimes the memories start to come through, and they start, and it's like this whole thing, like they're off on another planet to fight in a war that nobody knows about.
Oh,
the specials.
The Blood Space War, right? Okay.
Yeah. So.
It's a welcome
depending how deep in.
That's
how
a
deep
well.
in
That's
the sauce you want it.
That's the Welcome to Night. That's a Welcome to Night Vale reference.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't listened to that. I should. I know there's so many things that I should, but I haven't. Oh, I'm on nearly up to the. Like literally, the next episode of Props Like Aliens that I'm listening to is the review of the live show.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. I could listen to it this week, or I could wait. So I'm basically listening to about 2 episodes a week when I'm in the office. So those are very interesting. So, Mr. Dalton, since you're here, sorry, I'm going into interview mode. Have you?
She thinks she's David Frost.
Experience with the NFL? I wouldn't sully David Frost's name by comparing myself. But since it is the topic of the game, what is your experience with Addams Family stuff?
I would see it on TV. So like before I would go to school, when I was in like middle school and high school, I would be like at my grandparents' house, and they would always have like
cool.
TV Land or something on.
Nice.
And just depending on what time of the year it was, they'd have like Addams Family or Mr. Ed or MASH on when I was over there having breakfast.
Nice. Interesting mix, actually. For like all good shows, but MASH before school is a bit of an odd one.
It's given my particular disposition. I was a fan of it, so.
Yeah. No, it's a good show. Just like I'm not sure I'd watch it like before school or work.
I think they mostly stuck to the earlier ones that weren't as heavy.
Ah, fair enough then.
Although I think I went home sick one day, and that's when I saw, because it was later in the day, I think that's when they had one of the darker ones on.
Oh. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen even half of them, to be fair, all of them.
There are a couple of episodes of MASH that get really heavy, and then there are a couple that get really fucking weird. Like, they did a whole one which was basically nothing but the characters' dreams, and they got really fucking surreal and weird.
Oh, well, that
was one of the ones that Alan Alda wrote. He was very much interested in like the character work side of things.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another point of no return, it looks like.
Yeah.
So we'll backtrack a little bit.
Uh-huh. So I take it you haven't seen the animated movie this game's based on, which are available on Netflix.
I don't believe I have.
They're fun. They're all fun.
Okay, why put this here if you can't go anywhere? Okay, that's weird. Alright, whatever, moving on.
Hey, you get your bombs back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, that's going to be a biatch with the timing. Oh, nice. And yes, Mr. E says hello. Nice to meet you, sir. Because Mr. E is very polite and calls it everyone, sir. It's Mr. Mills and Ms. Pheonix. You're in good company. We've tried telling him you don't have to do that, but he does.
So what he do?
Yeah. And we love you, Mr. E. Like I say, you are one of our most loyal, most regular. Yay! Down for it, detour. Some of these puns.
Oh well. Uncle Fester maintains his perfectly bald head by sticking a fork in an outlet to saving money on shaving products. Okay then.
I mean, you know.
Oh well, Gomez was from their band in his high school. You just got Gomez and the Cookie Bunch.
It was him and 4 friends, and they were all doing Tom Waits impersonations the entire time.
I feel like I should get that more, but I don't think I've actually heard any Tom Waits music.
Tom Waits has the voice of a sick dog, and it's the greatest thing ever.
Tom Waits has the voice of a man who sounds like he's been smoking a pack a day since he was 2 years old.
Which is remarkable for a man who smoked a pack a day since he was 1 year old.
Basically, if you look on if you want an example of what it is, somebody was able to do a couple of videos overlaying footage of Cookie Monster with a Tom Waits song, and people were like, that works. Look up Cookie Waits. Look up Cookie Waits on YouTube, and you'll find something.
That sounds amazing, and I'll do that later. Mr. E,
you say Cookie Waits.
I'm sorry?
When you say Cookie Waits, I'm just imagining Radiohead's song True Love Waits, but it's Cookie Monster singing it, and that's even funnier.
Rudy, I gotta say, the Addams family have no idea what MP3s is. I mean...
They don't.
They don't. I mean, the movies that this is based on are definitely more modern than the more... It is, like, contemporary. But... Nah. Yeah, no. They're still in their own happy little world. Like I said, I love these movies. They're fun movies. There's a whole bunch I haven't seen. It's not like I'm not an Addams Family completist in the sense of stuff, but these are fun. I feel like watching them again.
There we go. Yay.
Mom. Now, the original idea, Dalton, was that this was supposed to be like a two-player game.
Well, that could be up to four-player, honestly.
Yeah. But for some reason, Steam was like, nah, we ain't gonna let you do that. Alright, cool. Thank you, Dalton. I will look at those later. So... yeah, I'm just watching Aaron have all the fun. And it's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. Like I said, the money went to UNICEF, so it wasn't like it was, one, it wasn't that expensive. And two, it went to a good cause. Jesus. So we've been talking about films we've seen recently. I saw The Marvels, Aaron saw Lisa Frankenstein. What about your good self, sir?
I have not seen a movie in a while, actually. Well, I watched some on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
They had a few concert films. Yeah. And then, for whatever reason, I guess I just wanted to see Robin Williams again. I watched Good Will Hunting.
I still haven't watched that. No, Good Will Hunting I've seen. It's the other one. Dead
Poet Society?
Yeah. The man is very prolific. We respect his career and the diversity in it. But knowing that the other one from Good Will Hunting is Dead Poet Society. Yeah, good. I've seen Good Will Hunting once, and I remember enjoying it. So...
It's very weird watching it now and like actually understanding like a lot of the weird like academia references they make.
Huh, yeah. I sort of get that. I've never been to uni, or I went to college, but local college. It's not like a stayed away or anything. But there is a 80s show called A Very Peculiar Practice, which I didn't watch at the time, so I don't remember having seen at the time. I think because of how young I was in the 80s, even if I had watched it, it would have gone completely over my head. I would not have understood it. And even watching it as an adult, you know, I don't have those experiences. I couldn't, like, say, relate to them necessarily from the student's point of view. But at least I understand more of the political references and stuff. Like, okay, that's what they were doing. But I guess, yeah, until you at an age where you've experienced those things, yeah, some stuff will pass you by. Whee! There she goes. It's a long off. I mean, it was long enough coming back. Well, technically from Minnesota, because I had a connecting flight. So, you went direct from Hawaii, were you?
No, I had to go from Hawaii to LA and then to London.
Yeah, that's tough.
What was the other movie I watched? I watched Jerry Maguire for the first time. And I had always assumed that movie was about a kid with some kind of, like, disease that made his head really big. Apparently, it's just about like a sports agent, and it's like.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you got. Like, Nicky's not that. He's not got that weird a face.
Patton Oswalt had a great bit. He was talking about how it was Christmas Eve and everybody leaves in LA, so it's quiet. So it's just him and his brother, and they decide to go to the movies. And there's only like about half a dozen people, and it's Jerry Maguire. And, and he's like, you know what? I like that movie. My brother hated it. He was sitting there, unbeknownst to me, he's sitting there his own time from this fucking piece of shit.
My thing with it was I just felt like it was simultaneously twice as much movie as there needed to be, and like half as much movie as there needed to be.
Yeah. And anyways, so I'm sitting there, and we get all the way through, near to the end of the film, and there's a moment where the film does the close-up of Tom Cruise, and he goes, "We live in a cynical world." And my brother yelled out, "Fuck you!" And I started laughing. I could not. It was such a horrible thing to say in that. People ask me, what's your favorite joke? It's like, my brother watching Jerry Maguire saying fuck you to Tom Cruise 90 minutes near the end of the movie. It is a 90-minute setup to one punchline.
Again, I haven't seen Jerry Maguire, but I'm sure. I am reminded, again, around Christmas, it was probably E.T. or one of those entertainment programs. I think E.T. was the one at the time. And the interview was like interviewing Nicky, and they took him to a bowling alley, so it was just like having a fun day out and doing the interview stuff. And at one point, like the interview gets on his like ground level with him and said, "So, what are you hoping Santa brings you for Christmas?" And like, Jonathan looks him dead in the eyes and goes, "I'm Jewish."
Didn't mean anything.
Dead. No, he just dead-eyed him and said, "I'm Jewish." Not doing it. Don't do Christmas. It's like, and I'm just like, one, that's actually kind of funny because obviously it stuck out in my memory. But two, if you are a professional interviewer, I don't expect you to know everything about every person you've ever interviewed. But like the morning of, maybe read a folder. Get your research team to give you some information. That seems like an important bit of information. Yeah. Actually, a worse one I saw of that, with the information could have been like better used. It was like it wasn't Regis and Kathy Lee, it was Regis Film, or whoever was doing it. It was one of those types of shows, and they were like talking to, I don't know who the guest was, but they were like, "Tell us, how's your brother?" And he's like, "Still dead." I'm like, that's a big oof. Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah.
You don't remember who it was that they were interviewing?
Unfortunately, no. I think it might be some soap. So I think I was just channel surfing and just landed on it for some reason. But yeah, it was like that's an oof.
It's in my head. I was just picturing it as Joaquin Phoenix, and that's.
That would have been funny, but no, it wasn't Joaquin. So how's River doing these days? Well,
still dead.
Oh, that's bad. Oh god, that's terrible. There you are.
Oh. I found a portal, apparently.
Yeah. Now we're very bizarre English. Excuse me.
But you were saying about the I'm Jewish thing. I was just remembering Jon Stewart joke where he said, like, being Jewish in December is a lot like being a kid allergic to chocolate who gets to go to Wonka's factory.
I'm assuming that's a chocolate company.
Yeah.
Wonka.
Great. I guess I'll
Wonka.
just.
I thought you said Walkers. Sorry. Like,
Oh no, Wonka.
Wonka chocolate.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this is a weird. So did you jump before you hit the bell, or?
Damn it!
Oh. Bomb flinging. Okay, you get that one, you get that one, you get that
There
one.
we go.
Yay! Alright, that's cute. A bell above and below. There we are.
Great.
But yeah,
Oh, there we go.
on my flight home, I decided to watch Whiplash. That's an intense film to watch when you're half asleep. It's really, really good. But yeah. When you're in a long metal tube with a bunch of strangers and you sort of, your brain's a little bit fuzzy from just everything, it's an interesting choice. And as I've said on this the stream previously, I just love the fact that Sam Raimi hired J.K. Simmons for J. Jonah, and everyone else since then has been, yep.
We're not going to do any better than that.
He is Angry Shouty Man from now on, and nothing else.
No, he's not necessarily angry shouting everything, but yeah, it's just like we're not going to do better than this J. Jonah, so just keep bringing him back. There we go.
Although if you haven't seen The Lady Killers, he's great in that.
I haven't actually.
He's a complete schmuck, and he's fabulous at it. You've got to own up to your responsibilities, young man, and shoot that old lady.
I'm assuming you mean the remake with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't do that. No, it's the easiest thing in the world. Just pretend that her head is a cassava melon, and the gun is a melon baller, and...
Excelente. And now they die. They know what
Somebody
they
who
do.
actually did have to play jazz drum in high school. that movie is kind of a fucking mood.
I honestly haven't seen it.
It is solid. Yeah. Because like some of the stuff that happens is sort of the kid's fault, like especially towards the end. Like, you know, just check before you leave. But yeah, he's definitely getting it.
Yeah. It's basically, if you've seen Black Swan, it's Black Swan but for jazz drumming, and also not like so surreal.
Or lesbians.
Haven't seen Black Swan.
No.
Yeah. Haven't seen Black Swan. That is on the list. Maybe I should pick it up. Do I have that? Oh, I got on stream. I get like a million movies and everything else on streaming, so. Oh, sorry, Rudy. Rudy, speaking of Willy Wonka, I like both movies. Well, if Catherine were here, she'd tell you there's more than just both movies. But for this conversation, I'm assuming you're talking about the Wilder and Depp movies.
Oh, for God's sake, come on! Thank you! Jesus.
At least it doesn't move back if you stop hitting the bells. That's what I thought it was going to do.
Same here.
Yeah. For some reason, the maybe because it's a cultural thing, but you can actually buy those in the British Museum, or in their gift shop.
Bells?
The the little thumb piano things.
Oh yeah, those.
Yeah.
So, I guess this is a harpsiphone. The guy who played this device. Do you think he's the real deal or just a phony like that chef?
Who knows? Maybe we'll never find anything and we're doomed to search this silent mansion forever. Never catching our breath, always fearfully planning our next move. Cursed to haunt these walls for all eternity, like all the lost souls before us.
Wednesday, could you lighten up just a little bit, please?
Oh, Gomez is excited.
Nah, I have good feelings about this guy.
She's optimistic for a goth.
So, who knows how to play this harpsa thing?
Of course he does.
Of course Lurch does.
Look, Lurch, you've done it. You've opened a secret portal.
Now quickly, everyone, let's move.
To be fair, Lurch as a musician is established canon, so...
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great picture.
Sorry, that little interstitial thing, did it say that you had to feed the toilet a pot of coffee?
Yes.
Quite possibly.
The
yes.
Addams family mansion needs to be fed a pot of coffee through the toilet every morning, or else.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
In the movies this is based off of, the house is alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yes, it was a form of asylum.
I figured as much. I thought it was saying a character had to be fed coffee through the toilet, and I was about to...
if anybody would, it would have been Uncle Fester. We all know this.
That is true.
Okay, so because I'm in the conspiracy theory psychology business, I also... That intersects a lot with, like, crackpot health wellness stuff as well.
That does not surprise me.
And the
Isn't
big
there the whole
thing right
thing
now is... Yeah, there's a whole thing about that. But the big thing in that community right now is coffee enemas.
I was gonna say, isn't that a thing?
Yep.
Oh, that's been a thing for a while. Hell,
Yeah,
Futurama made jokes about that like over a decade ago.
It's come back in a big way, though, is the thing.
These people be dumb.
People just like...
The other big thing is...
People need to find a rationale to put things up their butts, and you don't really need to. You want to shove something up there? Go right ahead.
Just make sure it's, you know...
Safe and sanitary.
And it has a flared base. This is very important.
It either needs a rock-solid exit strategy, or a rock-solid don't-go-in strategy.
Yeah. As you can see, we're a family-friendly Christian stream.
Since when?
By the light of Christ, don't shove that thing up your ass.
Oh, sweet Heidi, what's he done now? So, not quite, well, sort of philosophical and psychology. Arguments for characters like Hylia, like Q, like Celestia, actually being gods or god beings, more easily provable than capital G God being real.
You wanna phrase that as an actual question?
Okay, in their given canons, you can prove that they affect the world that they're in. Q is an extremely powerful being. Celestia has powers and does things. Hylia basically becomes the princess and saves Hyrule in various different cases and ways. Those are provable acts that prove within their canons, their universes, those beings exist as powerful entities, whether or not they call themselves gods or otherwise. The same cannot be said for capital G God in this reality.
That's because it's this reality. If you...
Yeah.
like in the canon of any work, a god is a god just because the canon says so, which you can argue that capital G God also does. If I pray to Celestia, she's not going to cure my bunions or whatever.
No more than capital G God would, because again, but there's more evidence for them existing in their universes than there is evidence for capital G God existing in this universe.
Yeah, but I would argue that's kind of taking God out of his element, which is the Bible.
But as an atheist, I don't believe in him, and no one's ever given me evidence to change it otherwise. No, I just thought it was an interesting, it's a thought experiment I've had for a while. I was like, but you know, you can prove it in this reality, but not in ours.
Okay, this is interesting.
It is. You can see this is why I don't have this conversation with people a lot. Ah, Ethan's playing Baldur's Gate.
Yes, he is. A game which we will probably play at some point, but not until I can afford it.
He could have joined us. He could have played Baldur's Gate later. You have crossed the void, sir.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, it seems like there should be more. Oh, no, that is the void. That is. That's the puzzle.
No, they're all identical. The whole thing is identical.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I mean, just getting across it in one piece seems to be the aim.
Actually, on the topic of like philosophical, psychological god stuff, have either of you ever heard of the God Helmet?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember why. The God Helmet.
No, go ahead.
So the God Helmet, which is a cutesy name for a really expensive piece of lab equipment, is basically this thing that shoots radioactive waves at your brain and causes you to hallucinate a divine experience. And 50% of the people they put in it have like very heavenly visions, and the other 50% get transported to hell.
Fun.
And scientists have no clue why one group goes to the other group. And that's what they're trying to figure out with it.
So are they like their control groups? Are they taking people of faith? They got atheists. They got like different religions. They got like a whole. And like within each group, people are going 50-50, or.
Yeah, like if you take a Christian person, if you take a group of Christians, half of them will experience heaven, the other will experience hell, and they can't seem to find a reliable predictor for it.
Yeah. Interesting. No, I hadn't heard of that before, but. It's weirdly curious. Yeah, no, that's a thing.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. Also, is it no? Is it the case that they are literally using the words heaven and hell, or basically the descriptors are as close enough you might as well call them heaven and hell?
No, like they are like hallucinating being in hell or heaven.
Huh.
And the backing up that evidence is because what the machine does, it does something very similar to a certain type of seizure a very small percentage of people are prone to, where one of the side effects becomes having like an obsession with religious iconography. And the other big side effect of that is something called hypographia, where like you just feel compelled to constantly write down your ideas. And it is what John Milton, the guy who wrote Paradise Lost, had.
Oh wow!
It's what Dostoevsky had, and there's like possibly some argument that I think Martin Luther might have had it.
Huh. So does that fall under epilepsy or neurodivergency, or?
It is a type of epilepsy, but I think you don't have like seizures as often, but like the lasting side effects are more of a thing.
Oh wow! See? We have interesting guests on this show, and I mean that sincerely. Because this is something this is a conversation we would never would have had. Okay. Delivery in the dark. Take the bat to the lamp. So, sorry, this is a thought I've had before, and I guess you're the most qualified person to answer it. Is epilepsy its own thing, or can it fall under like neurodivergency? Because technically, there is weird things happening inside the brain. Does it count as a neurodivergency, or are they completely separate?
I mean, neurodivergency is not really my department, but I think it counts as this whole separate thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would probably liken it more to phantom limb syndrome, or not phantom limb, restless limb syndrome, like just any kind of like. I guess maybe it'd be closer to like Tourette's or something, where it's just like you have like a compulsive thing that isn't necessarily behavioral.
Yeah, I suppose because with epileptics, depending on the severity and the kind of medication, they may never have symptoms, whereas people who are various other levels on the spectrum.
Why am I back here? What the fuck? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm doing this shit. Alright, fine.
Yeah, whereas other people who are various forms on the spectrum or other neurodivergencies may have, like, symptoms all the time. Whereas, yeah, epileptics not necessarily would.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, like, epilepsy is much more arguably a disease, whereas neurodivergency is more of just like a spectrum of...
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just kind of basic biology, almost. Like, it's... Again, that's not my department, though. It's probably like the thing I know the least about in terms of psychology.
No, that's fair. That's fine. It's just it was just a thought I've had before, like the curiosity. I'm like, oh, someone I can ask who might actually have an answer.
Or you could ask me, since I actually do have seizures from time to time.
Ooh.
Huh. Have we discussed this before?
No, because I don't like talking about it all that much, but...
There you go. Fair enough, then.
I don't have, like, grand mal seizures. I have seizures in the traditional sense where I just lock up, and... It's horrifying, frankly, because your brain is active, but your body's not responding to anything.
Yeah. That sounds a bit... Because, like, night terrors, as we've learned, is slightly different thing, because your body naturally switches off when you're asleep to protect you from, like, wandering off or doing stuff. And then sometimes people wake up while their body's still in that state. And
I've had that a few times before.
I'm not knowingly ever had that, and yeah, it does sound weird. Like, the most I get is sleeping funny and limbs going weird. That was an interesting level. Oh, we're still in the dark.
I have enough of these.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. There it is.
End of the level.
Woo! That was an interesting one. Kind of dark. Fun.
Spiders.
Yeah.
Mr. E has seizures as well, yeah.
Yeah. I did once get, when I was a kid, get blood tested for potential epilepsy because I was just, like, sometimes clock out in class. But it turns out I just wasn't. I was just like clocking out in class. Wasn't really. Nothing came back on it, so I guess it was just me. Not necessarily like not paying attention, but sometimes my brain would just it still does that sometimes. I'm like, yeah, no, my brain's still. Wait, I'm not engaging with this anymore, so now I'm doing something else. I get that a lot when I'm practicing my Spanish. I'm like, all right, no, it's not going in now. So, I guess if there were anything more serious symptoms, I would have been retested or reappraised. But
how long do you do your Spanish for?
I usually try and do like the 15 minutes during the morning, 15 to 20 minutes, and then at least a lesson in the evening to get the booster for the next day.
Okay, because that having trouble focusing after doing anything for 20 minutes is the norm, actually. So like that's not that unusual.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I guess I'm done until this thing is done scrolling.
There you are. Huh. Interesting. They could have just put you back on the thing. You still have plenty of space, but alright. I suppose if it was actually a multiplayer race, that could have really screwed you over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, though. Like, so sometimes I have been able to sort of do more and carry on a bit longer, do longer sessions, like, you know, 10 or 15 lessons. I guess it sometimes depends on the exercise I'm doing as well. Oh, there you are. No. Well, I guess you won't get any of those wounds.
Thanks, that was really helpful.
Oh no. Yeah, there it goes! There she goes again. Uh-oh. There you go! Thanks, Gabe! Gave me a laugh anyway. A longer race level than normal. Whee. Oh! Yay.
Ooh, that was close.
How thrilling. I've won. Okay. We like Socrates. Looking at the map, we might be finishing in here soon.
Mm-hmm.
We've basically been doing a room, a session, because it seems to work out quite nicely for time. So did you still play drums then, or was it just a thing you did then?
So, my high school was weird. Like we had to do a music class and an art class and a second language class.
Alright, yeah.
And so I was in the percussive side of band for 7 years because I have the lungs of a withering Victorian child. And I couldn't do trumpet worth a damn.
And guitar wasn't your thing? No,
Oh, they didn't have guitar. I played guitar before that. I wish they had let us play guitar. I would have done that instead.
Ah, fair enough. So you did drumming for 7 years?
Yep. Well, percussion in general, so I had to learn to play like the xylophone and all this other stuff.
That sounds fun, though.
In hindsight, I'm very glad at it, but like definitely playing it was like. I was also like. I don't know how to describe it. I was like, I could play music if I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But, like the moment I had to, I just could not keep a fucking beat to save my life. Although my band teacher, though he was kind of crazy, he was like very sweet. He was like very nice about it. And there was like, there was like one. We'd have like occasional exams, and I'm not sure if they were ever like structured or anything, but like. There was one where we actually had to play like on the drum kit as opposed to just like the orchestral stuff.
Yeah.
And I did okay.
Yeah.
And he said to me, and I this is the most like, it's the most full of shade compliment I think I've ever gotten. Where he said, Dalton, you can't play for shit, but you don't play for shit with all your heart, and frankly, I think that's what counts.
If it's not your passion, then, you know, there's only so far you can go with it.
You know what, though, I actually did like playing the drum kit based off of it. I mean, I liked, like, when I was in high school, I'd have, like, an iPad or like my laptop or whatever, and I'd make little tunes on GarageBand just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
That stuff. But the only reason I actually like learned how to play the drum kit was because he did, like really early on, he did this test where he, like just fresh out of, I think it was just to kind of like humble all of us in the percussion section, where having never played a drum kit before, he gave us a test on it. And we were all understandably shit. But I was like so aggravated with that like for like years on, like, and it was like years before we had another test on the kit. Whenever I heard like a song on the radio, I would like listen to the drum beat and like just try like play it on my like hands and feet and stuff, and I like taught myself how to play drums like that.
Cool. Kind of, so sort of as a nephew.
Well, just sort of like, if we're gonna do it again eventually, I want to be good at it.
Yeah. And were you?
I was actually marching, well, because, I forget if it was before or after that second test, but I did go, take, like, formal lessons at, like, a drum place.
Oh, cool.
And when I got there, the guy was like, okay, well, do this, and I did it. It's like, okay, well, you know the basics, do this, and I did it. And I just, like, he kept, like, doing stuff. He's like, you know, other than the really complicated stuff, you seem to know this.
Nice.
So I was very self-satisfied with that.
Yay! Good for you. And stick. Ooh, what? What was that? I mean, aside from
some bullshit is what that was.
There you go.
What I am surprised I never got shit for my entire time, I guess maybe I was just able to fake it really well, but I never learned how to read sheet music after like 7 years in that class.
I mean,
I could read the beats, but I just could not tell the difference between like the different notes.
I mean, I've seen my nephew play drums for a while. I saw his music, and like, this doesn't look like music to me. And I was playing guitar, and again, tab is completely different from, you know, from score. So
I could read the drum music sheet just because like each little different level is like one different drum. But when you had to like read like little like tiny spaces between lines to figure out where on the xylophone you had to hit, that stuff I couldn't couldn't get into my head, so I just have to like learn the song by ear.
Yeah. Fair enough. Younger nephew was, I don't know if he still kept it up, but at one point he was teaching himself piano. Like he got a 4-scale keyboard one Christmas. So yeah, they could have been their own band, but there's quite an age gap between them. So the oldest one's 25 now. And the youngest 16. He is a teenager now. Oh, that could have been worse. How is the chat? You guys all right? You've been very quiet. Having a new guest, they're all stunned. Spider-tish. One, two, whip. There we go. I haven't played my guitar in ages, actually. Can you fling them along a little bit?
There we go.
Ah! There you go. You my light friend. Oh, how's the rain been where you've been? Because we've had it terrible up here.
It's been active lately, but it's not been like torrential or anything.
I had to change my socks the other day. Like, it got in my trainers and I had to change my socks.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's fine. I actually keep socks on me for that purpose. There it is. Yeah, it was bad. I habitually change my shoes anyway because and Rudy said he's fine, so yay. But yeah, we because I work in a warehouse for one of my jobs. I'll go to work in my trainers, change into the safety shoes, and then change back into my trainers afterwards. And I just like, you know what, my trainers are still wet. I can carry them in my bag. I'll stick them on the radiator when I get home. There is chest there.
Yes, I know.
I know. I'm more observant to my own self. Because I don't know what the weather cycles are like in Hawaii. Because Aaron and I have had a similar conversation before when he was saying, "Oh, we've got snow." Like, you're in Utah, and he's like, "No, desert just means dry. We actually do have seasons." So does Hawaii get seasons?
I spent my childhood in that part of the country, so I'm very familiar with the reaction of like, wait, they have snow there?
Still high. It's still high enough for water to freeze. Yes.
Yep. I literally lived in the Sierras, or was it? No, I think by the Sierras, but yeah.
Ooh. Oh no! Once he explained it to me, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You're. I always get latitude and longitude mixed up, but yeah. You're cross one. You're high enough up on the cross.
Well, I think what really blew your mind is when I proved to you that this entire state is about the same size as your entire country.
I think I proved that to myself, because I knew Florida was. I knew Texas was stupidly big. Because we discussed. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, Dalton. Like the idea is when you drive across Europe, you can cross about 5 different countries. When you drive across Texas, you're still in Texas.
Yep. Oh god, growing up, I remember like Saturdays we'd if we had like I don't know what you call it, complicated groceries, like groceries where you also need like things you can't get at the normal grocery store. We'd drive like an hour and a half to the nearest Walmart. Through like mountain gorges and shit.
Wow.
And that is just to the nearest like what you could like graciously call a department store.
Yeah. Strike a chord.
Francis Granado. Egad, this man is completely frozen.
Do you think this is the man who wrote all this music?
Let's wake him up and see. Ah! Who are you people? What year is it? Hey, mister, are you the guy that wrote all this music? As a matter of fact, I am. The name is Francis Granado. I've written over 700 symphonies, concertos, rock operas. I also invented the harpsiphone. It's a saxophone and harpsichord smooshed together. Cool. Why did you remain anonymous? And why did you freeze yourself? I'm loving the questions, kid. I wanted to build some mystique. Do you know how hard it is to make it as a composer? I wanted to stand out. I remained anonymous and put out a huge body of work. Then I freeze myself until someone finds me and I can tell the world, it's me! I wrote these works! I invented the harpsiphone! Everyone loved me! Well, you're going to get that chance, my friend. Tell me, how'd you end up here at our mansion? I was born here. My parents were both caretakers here at the asylum. I found it fitting to store my frozen body here.
Well, if an old famous composer thought and living under our roof isn't enough to save our home, then I simply don't know what is.
Yes, it's me. I'll have you know this is the birthplace of Francis Granado. You haven't heard of him because he's remained anonymous, but he's here and he's alive. Yes, he was frozen in a block of ice. Yes. Wonderful. Well, family, they said they're interested. Someone from the Landmark Committee will be at our house tomorrow.
Mi amor, that is wonderful.
Do you mind if I take a bath? I could really use a bath. I was just about to hop in myself. Want to share a tub with me? All right.
Wow.
Well, that completes the music room. I think we're gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that with that scarring image. So yeah, we'll probably be back next week with more of this nonsense.
Yep. Yay, Mr. E, Mr. Mills. How do you feel? How do you live with your seizures? Because I haven't had one. I have a small one every day. Oh shit!
I just have to kind of just. I don't get them that often, but I just kind of have to deal with it. I just have to wait till it passes and move on. There's really nothing I can do about them when they happen. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that rather depressing note, Pheonix!
Hello there. Yes?
For God's sake, Pheonix.
Yeah.
The people want to know. The people demand to know.
They do.
Do you have things for them this week?
I do not have things for them this week.
Well,
however,
son of a bitch.
I did receive an email saying thing has been will be delivered soon. So I'll be checking the tracking with FedEx. So maybe next week I will have things.
Oh, excellent. Dalton, do you have things you would like the people to know about at all?
The average human head weighs 10 pounds.
Thank you.
And do you have a channel or so you don't do social media? So nothing you want to share with the people.
I have nothing. I am nowhere. I am no one. I am a figment of your imagination. If you see me, you didn't.
Okay, then.
That's my Facebook theme.
Alright, and as always, if you enjoy the nonsense we do here, please like, share, subscribe, sacrifice a goat to the almighty algorithm, donate to the Patreon, patreon.com/dubiouskan, DUBIOUSKHAN, Ko-Fi.com/shallow15. Several people have made generous donations, which assisted in the financial problems I was having. I assume, I don't know which one of you is Roger, but I know Roger donated $150 almost immediately after last week's stream was over, so Thank you, Roger. You enabled me to buy groceries. So there we go.
Yay! Well done, Roger. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We will be back next week with more of Addams Family Mansion Mayhem. Things are occurring. Things are happening behind the scenes. If you're lucky, pay attention to the essay channel that is at Aaron Mills Essays here on YouTube. There may be something up in time for Valentine's Day. If my brain will let me do it, it'll be done and stuff. Okay, great, wonderful, fantastic. I'm very tired. I think we're going to get out of here. All right. Have a good weekend, gang. Bye.
Bye.